UFC President Dana White announced on Thursday that Khamzat Chimaev's highly anticipated return would have to be postponed after he was pulled from the UFC on ABC 6 main event because he was very ill. The undefeated fighter had been set to headline the UFC's first event in Saudi Arabia on June 22 against former champion Robert Whittaker. Khamzat Chimaev will be replaced by Ikram Aliskerov 15-1 MMA, 2-0 UFC, who is scheduled to face Antonio Trocoli in the co-main event at Saturday's UFC Fight Night event at UFC Apex. Chimaev's withdrawal begins a tumultuous day for the organization. Hours after the news about Chimaev was announced, UFC 303 lost the highly anticipated main event between Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler due to McGregor's injury. Instead, Alex Pereira will defend his light heavyweight championship against Jiri Prochazka in the main event of the card. Despite only having less than a week left, the UFC did not need to find a replacement for Khamzat Chimaev, as Aliskerov, who's only lost to Chimaev in his MMA career, answered the call. Aliskerov faces a huge competitive challenge in his third UFC fight, going from facing an underrated middleweight to a former 185-pound champion. In Aliskerov's last fight in October, he stopped Warlley Alves in the first round. Meanwhile, for 30-year-old Chimaev, his availability to compete has been an issue over the past few years following his incredible comeback following his 2020 debut. He has fought just once since submitting Kevin Holland in September 2022, with a unanimous decision win over former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman in October. In October, one of Chimaev's trainers revealed that visa difficulties due to his Chechen citizenship and Russian passport had prevented Boers from competing in the United States, so the UFC had to find an international fight card for Chimaev. The match card in Saudi Arabia is considered the right opportunity for Khamzat Chimaev to make his comeback in the fight for the world middleweight title against Whittaker. However, a photo from one of his sparring partners showed Chimaev lying in bed with an unknown illness. White confirmed that Chimaev was sick and hoped he would recover.